Assalamu alaikum. I am Mehrunisa, a student of Corporate Law and Governance taught by Sir Noshab Ali Khan. In this course, we studied about the Companies Act 2017, corporate veil and the reasons for it to be lifted, code of corporate governance, the composition of a company's board, duties and powers of a director, and many more aspects of a company. So I'll be honest, I always used to think about law as a very challenging and difficult course to understand, mainly due to its legal terminologies, because I used to think that they're very crucial and difficult to memorize and understand. And I was a bit skeptical in the initial classes to whether I would be able to score well in the course or not. But after studying from Sir Noshab, my point of view has changed drastically. And it was an honor being taught by such a commendable teacher who has fathomless knowledge in the field of corporate law and is a practicing lawyer himself. Sir never left any query unanswered. Each and every topic was taught so well. Even a definition was explained so thoroughly, along with the real-life examples, that it made it even more easier to understand. Lectures were very interactive, and Sir made sure that every member of the class is understanding every bit of the topic being taught in the class, ensuring that no one has any ambiguity and everyone is, attentive and has an input to give in the class. The way he valued our feedback, the way he gave respect to his students. He used to call us Miss Mehrunisa or Mr. Jamaat Ali. So it was very overwhelming at times, because coming from a very senior instructor like himself, it was very, very overwhelming, and I have immense respect for him. Apart from the course itself, I got to learn so much from Sir Noshab. He's a very encouraging, motivating, and inspiring personality. The hardships that he has been through have shaped him into a person who is a role model to all of us. And I would definitely recommend each one of you to take the course, and I'm sure you won't be disappointed.
Assalamu alaikum everyone, my name is Tanish Fahim and I've studied corporate law and governance from Sir Noshab Ali Khan. It was an amazing experience, although I'm sort of shy of taking theoretical courses. They do bore me a little, but the way Sir Noshab taught this course by dividing it into two main aspects, one the corporate law and the other the corporate governance, it was taught so swiftly and everything was managed very perfectly. The medium of language used in this course, which was very interesting, was strictly English. Now, it was done to prepare us well for the future, for the corporate sector, and we all know that the medium used there is English language. And of course, his main focus was to prepare us for the corporate sector and not just for the examinations for the corporate law and governance course. And that is why he would always stick to the content until or unless every student absorbs it and gains the concept. So that strategy was absolutely amazing, and personally for me, the way Sir credited me after all the medical hardships I've been through and I've come out and taken this course and been working extremely hard, he always credits it, gives my example to all the students. It's very heartfelting and very heartwarming. So amazing experience. I think you should all take a course from Sir Noshab Ali Khan. Corporate law is an important aspect of the corporate sector and we should all be aware of it. And Sir Noshab Ali Khan does an amazing job at it. So I would fully recommend him, and it was an amazing experience studying from Sir Noshab Ali Khan.
Hello and Assalamu alaikum everyone. My name is Mehdi Reza Bakhtiari and I've studied corporate law and governance from Sir Noshab Ali Khan. Starting from scratch, on the day of course enrollment, when I read the name of this course, the first thing that came into my mind was extensive theories, essays and stuff, which actually haunt me. And learning from a fellow peer that the instructor of this course is an actual advocate, thoughts started revolving in my mind to how am I going to deal with a lawyer, because maybe lawyers have a strict and a boring kind of image in our minds. And since this course was part of our compulsory curriculum, I couldn't skip it as well. But my perception changed after the very first lecture I had with Sir Noshab Ali Khan, and I would say that it was an amazing experience from the very first lecture. So Noshab taught this course by dividing into two facets. The first one being the corporate law and then the corporate regulations. Unlike other instructors, Sir Noshab started off this course by teaching us the legal terminologies or the vocabulary, so that we don't have issues understanding different terms moving down the road. And then later on, he moved to the Companies Act and its examples and applications in our day-to-day life, and then the precedents and so on. With so much on the board and such a busy schedule, he managed this course with perfection. Adding to it, Sir Shab used to stick to even like a tiny little module or concept until and unless every student in the class had a good grip on it. Another thing, the medium of communication in this course was strictly English, and it seemed troublesome at times when we had to crack a joke or something, change the mood of the class. But what I have realized now is that this barrier of language was placed to prepare us for the corporate world out there, not just the course corporate law and governance. The corporate world demands English as a medium of communication. And moving further, the best part of this course were the small talks. I loved them. So Shab used to dedicate some time, little time of the lecture to small talks in which we were asked to think of a topic and everyone can give his or her input into it. The purpose of this activity was to cut down the monotony that may be caused by continuously listening to course content for an hour and a half. And honestly, every single small talk session was productive. We had a lot to talk about, and we learned a lot from these small talks as well. And many times these small talks were not related to this course even, but still they were productive. Ending this course on a positive note, I would say it was an overall wonderful experience learning from him. And I wish that if not many, I get to have at least one more course with Sir Shab Ali Khan. Sir Shab is a true inspiration for us, that how a small town guy teaching tuitions on his bicycle turned a successful man being worth millions. So again, in the end, thanks to Advocate Sir Shab Ali Khan for such an amazing experience. Thank you very much, sir.
Okay, so I'm making this video to talk about my feedback of the course Corporate Law Governance taught by Sir Shab. I actually loved the course, and when I opted for law, I thought it would have been such a dry subject and I wanted to give it a try and then drop it off later. But after my first class with Sir Shab, I was sure that I should take more law courses, if not this. And then I even intend to take more courses from Sir Shab, and I'm gonna talk about multiple reasons that inclined me to do that. One of them was the design of this course. Sir Shab designed the course very beautifully. He taught us the legal terminologies first so that we wouldn't have any ambiguity later on in understanding the precedents, which are the judgments by the court of law relating to the things we used to study. He taught about us about different structures of a company, the laws regarding the company. He taught us the term that ignorance of law is no excuse, and that is understandable. Ignorance of law is not an excuse. We must understand what the laws are while doing something, because we cannot make a plea that we didn't know about it. We must know about the rules and regulations. On the second part of it, I'll talk about the way he moved forward with the course. We talked about the different legal structures of the companies, and we even talked about winding off the company. So it is a whole cycle that was taught by Sir Shab. We knew how to start the business, we knew how to register, we knew how to operate the business, and we also knew if the business wasn't doing well, how to wind it up, which is a good thing because it is a complete package studying corporate law and governance from Sir Shab. Now talking about what my favorite aspect of the course is, that would be the small talks. We loved how we had little breaks during the lectures so that we wouldn't feel so overwhelmed with the legal cases and terminologies. So during the lectures, we used to have small talk sessions in which we talked about the current affairs in a fun way so that we would be knowledgeable or cognizant of the current affairs of the country in a fun way. And that is quite a good thing. The medium of communication throughout the course was English language, although this was a disturbance for some students and they had difficulty in speaking English throughout the lectures. But for me, it was a challenge. I took it as a challenge and I felt wonderful because in the corporate world we actually the medium of communication is English, so we must have a strong grip of the language to portray what we are trying to say in a wonderful way, in a way that we want to say it. So the for communication, English language is important, and Sir Noshab actually realized the need for the language and forced us to talk into English throughout the course. Now, talking about other aspects, Sir Noshab actually motivated many students to keep on doing what they are doing because of his hardships. He has always been a pro student teacher, and he has encouraged us to show our emotions, and he has catered to every query that we have asked him. He has encouraged us to ask questions, and he actually added to those questions that what could be asked furthermore to furthermore clear our confusions. So all in all, Sir Noshab actually made something try as low really wonderful and interesting, and I would suggest the students to take this of BNU and other universities he is teaching in to must take this course because I love this course. Most students love this course. I think you will too. Thank you.
Hello everyone, this is Aroma Kausar, a former corporate law and governance student of Sir Noshab Ali Khan. I'm making this video to let you all know that taking this course from Sir Noshab had been a great experience. He is a very calm and thoughtful instructor, and being a GR, I noticed that he really cares about his students. Whenever I went to him taking students' concerns and issues, he always tried to accommodate them in the best way possible. He was also very patient with everyone in the class because even if a student asks a question for like 100 times, he was there to answer him and make him understand the point. Many a times we just studied a single paragraph in the whole lecture just because he wanted to get each and every student on the same pace. To be honest, when I enrolled this course, I thought that this course is not that much necessary to be taught to us, and I may not be able to retain all the theoretical content that is going to be coming ahead. But trust me, Sir made it so easier to memorize the content by breaking the topics into subtopics and explaining the concepts with the help of case studies, and that method was very helpful in helping us understand and grasp the concepts. We studied about different laws and regulations that a company has to comply with from its inauguration till its rounding up. So yes, that is quite necessary for us to know if we are planning to start our own business or working in corporates maybe. He also used to give us 2 to 3 minute breaks after teaching us a new concept to discuss it with our peers so that each concept gets crystal clear before we move ahead. My favorite part of the course has always been the small talks. It was like a 10 to 15 minute session break in which we were allowed to have a say and present our opinions on any of the topics that we wanted to discuss. In that way, we got very comfortable with practicing conversations, and it was also a fun way to keep us active and boost up courage to study for the next half of the lecture. So yes, I would definitely recommend this course to be taken from Sir Noshab because nobody can teach you better than him. So go for it and enhance your knowledge. Thank you.